Having started the map up 7-1, the Mongols looked like they were going to let map 1 of the EWC semi-final slip to Vitality. That was until they basically full ecoed them here, with Vitality choosing to use very little utility on their anti-eco. Flameswalks completely dry out a ramp, and then on this final B pop, they only used 2 Molotovs and a HE, leaving an opening for this Zeus kill, as well as these 2 beautiful shots from short to come through. But why are Vitality doing this? And what was the plan from the Mongols here? Well, this round starts simply with a window smoke from Zaiwu, who goes and joins Rops and Mezi in B main. Apex comes out top middle and does your very standard mid utility, then Molotov onto connector to get rid of that peak, before he's then going to smoke top connector and start flashing and applying pressure here to middle. And if we stop and look at the map, you can see what Vitality, old habits stick around, are trying to do here. They've got 2 active solo players, which might seem risky, right? You've got players out in the open that could potentially get picked off, with your main pack just hiding in B apartments and doing very little. Well, Apex's job is very simple. He wants to make this B split a potential risk for the Mongols, because the last thing you want is one player just monitoring middle from somewhere saying, hey, they can't split you up short, and then you've got some kind of cheeky B stack going on with these really nasty positions you can play when they try and pop out B apartments. Whereas if the B split's possible, there's a lot less angles the CTs can play on B site. And you can see actually if Apex hadn't committed up middle, Senzu could have potentially actually just done that on his own with this mid control, but it's not until he sees Apex that he's forced to back off. And then Flame's job here is to do exactly what he does, where he walks out here by himself and looks for players. And the amount of information that Vitality are going to have here is enough to win the round. You're probably wondering why Flames wasn't looking at Palace there or even checking it. Well, he got quickly towards a ramp here and listened for anyone crossing to that position early on. You can see Mazzino smart enough to start shift walking at default box so he doesn't give away that audio cue on the anti-eco. Flames trusts it, and it almost cost him his life. But even if Flames had gone down here, Apex had managed to get enough information by not only getting Senzu to shoot, but also 9-10 unloaded his deagle from window as well. So they have the double confirmation, 1 player on A, and then the 2 players in this mid area, both from Apex and from Flames seeing them on his death screen. And that triggers the B pop we saw to end the round. Vitality know maximum 2 players at B. They have to be a little bit scared of middle because Apex has done some good pressure, so we should be good to pop here with better utility and better guns. However, this is where the Mongols plan comes into play. They know that when teams are playing pistols, they'll often scout or contact towards sites, sometimes with 1 player, but more often with 4. But they've positioned themselves in ways to get that first kill on that first player taking contact. We already talked about Mazzino at A, and then at B, if you come scouting towards B main, we've got this jump spotter here looking for information, and then if you really want to get info, you're going to potentially have a Zeus jumping at you, which can take you out as well. So they've got plans for these 2 scouts that teams will send out. So it's more these mid splits that they have to deal with, which is why they've put their 2 deagles in middle and they've put 3 people playing around here. Again, there's not a great solution to this when you don't have utility, but they're going to give it their best go. It also has the added benefit that if teams do hit one of these sites, you've got 3 players on relatively quick rotations, particularly towards A, which gives the Mongols a greater chance of rotating a large amount of players quickly, flooding sites, or making rotations that could catch Vitality off guard. And that is actually what happens and what Senzu is able to create. He hears Apex evacuating middle, giving him the confidence to jump from window on towards short. And you can see from Rops's point of view, he wasn't actually expecting him here at all. He was focused on market completely, thinking middle had been cleared by Apex. And it's not until he hears the sound cue that he actually turns and looks in this direction. Those 2 incredible shots happen, which I'm sure you won't mind seeing again. And remember what I said about impossible B angles when you're coming out apartments without short control? Well, the Mongols make sure to abuse that with Apex. Senzu continues to play this pillar, which crossfires very nicely with sight, where 9-10 is. And you can see from Apex's point of view, he's trying to clear out angles, he's trying to come out B, he's getting shot from all directions, just getting tagged up. And if he even tried to push out towards sight here, he's going to hit Senzu and the nastiest crossfire of his life. And I'll be honest with you, what the Mongols do on their anti-eco is a little bit more respectful, and I think what Vitality did was had a thought process behind it, but it was a little bit lazy and maybe a bit rushed. in hindsight. Whereas the Mongols, look at the respect they're giving to the similar buy from Vitality. They're taking middle with 3 people. They're moving together as a team. They're using the utility well. They're throwing a Molotov up short before then taking short with utility. And they still go back to this 4-1 kind of formation, but they insert, again, Senzu, I'm saying his name a lot this video, but they insert him in here towards ladder before the team then regroups. The Mazzino, who was defaulting A, he's regrouped B. 9-10, he's now regrouping B. And we're going to have 4 players here in towards apartment with this single player looking for stacks. And you can see that's what happens. Senzu, he starts looking, he sees someone at bench, but they're committed to this and they're going to use a good amount of utility on their hit. They control the pacing of the round. They choose when the fights come into play. It's not like Vitality, who are playing very reactively. The Mongols have control of the situation. They still insert that cancel option, but they control the timing of everything. You see the utility they use in this B hip-hop is a lot better than what Vitality are able to use. They have 4 members here instead of 3 for that extra trade potential, and it's just a much smoother round in general. Despite the fact Flames hits that really nice shot to start with, and Vitality have the numbers here. Just the fact that the Mongols are better using their utility, that they have a huge advantage over. And this one secures the round, and in some ways is the difference in securing Mirage and the match advancing you to the grand final. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe.